Well, hi everybody. Unfortunately, the posse is not here. Well, they are here. They're not sitting in on the review. We are just basically, I'm just flying solo here. Great edition of Raw. First Raw of the official brand split, new era, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I was pretty impressed by what I saw. So were my friends. So were Cass and Kyle. It was good for what it was. I mean, the new theme it's either Nickelback or Shinedown. I believe it's Shinedown. Not good. It's not good at all. Maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know. Kyle's right here, by the way, on the couch. Anyway, what?
I was gonna sneak into shot.
You're gonna sneak into the shop. You did sneak into the shop. People saw you right there.
Damn it.
But anyway, new theme. I didn't care for it. It just sounds very bad. I don't know. What do you think, Kyle?
I actually like Shinedown, so no, I liked it.
I like Shinedown also. I'm just saying it didn't fit. It's better than rap, don't get me wrong. I hated the other theme. This is a little step up, but still not exactly my favorite. The Raw logo is horrible.
Oh, God.
Oh, I mean, it's like the Ram logo. It's like the Ram restaurant logo, but they turned the M up.
They did.
Like, seriously, that's all they did. It's absolutely fucking atrocious. It was just bad. It was just bad in general. Commentary by the stage going back to like 2003. I think it did that in 03, 04. I don't know if they did in 05. But JR did mention, Jim Ross obviously worked for WWE for a long time. He said he hated the commentary by the table, or not by the table, but by the stage because the pyro is super hot. And I can tell you, being there live, having dealt with Kane's pyro a few times, you think those flames are hot? Just looking at them on TV, I was 75 feet away from them and they burned my face. Seriously, that's how hot they were. But anyway, so you have that setup. It's like the old SummerSlam set. It was kind of cool. Not great, but it was kind of cool. I mean, it's might take
different.
Yeah, it might take me some getting used to, but it is different. The slamming of Roman, it's like, I mean, Stephanie didn't even focus on Rollins, even though Rollins wasn't the one to get pinned, like you pointed out.
Yeah.
She's like, thanks to Roman Reigns, we don't have a title. And just slamming Roman. It's like, good one, Roman. Stupid Roman.
I mean, it was so bad, even Rollins looked like, oh, this is bad.
Rollins is just like, damn, Roman, you fucked up bad. I mean...
I think he felt bad for him at some point.
I think he might have... Well, they are all friends, real life, so that might have popped up. But
it just showed in his face.
It shows that they're going with this embarrassment storyline, because Reigns did... I mean, look, whether it was officially Adderall or whatever, and whatever reason he was using it for, whatever the fuck reason he was using this, whatever was on the banned substance stuff, he embarrassed the company. After they finally gave him the Rocket officially, making him a 3-time champion of Mania, but you win the title at Mania, you're expected pretty much to be given the Rocket, and you're gonna go. And then he loses clean at Money in the Bank. I mean, clean-ish, and then loses at Battleground clean, and loses tonight. Now, I mean, we'll get to that, but the fact is, they're going with this Reigns burial storyline. And shout out to HAJF Tweets, Jared. I believe you point out that the only way that they might get Reigns over is to do something like this. Just beat him down to the point where you maybe get the audience behind him. What did you say?
Redemption story.
Yeah, I mean, but the problem is he can't have much of a redemption story since he's the one that screwed up. Now, if it was an injury, or say if it was an accident, if it was something careless that he did, and not something like this, a drug policy violation, sure, you could do a redemption thing. I did wrong, and whatever. I'm not saying that Reigns is the only guy on drugs, or that did any kind, and I'm not saying he's on drugs now, but the only guy that violated the wellness policy.
Most of them probably have at some point or another.
And some maybe have kept them quiet, some, depending on what it is, some could smoke marijuana, which is a fine. It is not a suspension, but it's a fine.
Feed me roids.
Feed me roids. Ryback may be out on his way out of the company, actually. But anyway, the thing is, though, is Reigns was in a top position. It's a what?
He wasn't drafted.
Ryback may not be in the company anymore. That's the thing. They may just be letting his contract right out. But, yeah, but anyway, Reigns screwing up, though, with the position he was in, this is bad, and this is going to go on for a while.
It was Chris that was talking yesterday about how they might be able to bring him back as a new character.
He did, and you know what? I would say Chris's idea, but I'm going to let him say that.
Yeah.
On another, if he's here for SummerSlam, Chris, the guy who was sitting behind me here, on my Raw Battleground review. Cheap plug, go watch it. He has an idea to how to book Reigns, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's
it might be one of the few ways to do it.
It would be one of the few ways. The reason why he can never be hired by WWE is because he actually comes up with brilliant ideas. But no, we'll let Chris tell that story. Suffice to say, the way it was done and the way it would be done is the way you would book Reigns. Now, you don't have to book him like that forever, but that's how you book him to get him back and book him for a number of months. But anyway, WWE Universal Championship. I mean, yeah, pretty much.
WWE.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. I'm like, okay. There is apparently a wrestling company called Universal Wrestling.
Ooh.
Which I'm not sure about. I mean, whatever. I don't think WWE's going to have to worry about that. But I'm like, look, why not just call it the WWE World Championship? I mean, why not? Like, World Championship, you have the lineage. Even if you retired that belt a couple times, you still have the lineage of the world title. Just honor the lineage, bring back the big gold belt that they had a number of years ago. It works. Unfortunately, no, they're going to go with the Universal Championship. And your laughter, pretty much appropriate. It's fucking awful.
And now Galactus will come down.
Yes,
and
Galactus will, then of course the Silver Surfer, I have no choice.
Yeah.
I think my producers are fighting with each other over there. But anyway, I heard like a squeak and I was wondering what the fuck. But anyway, matches, 8 matches, and it was solid. It was solid stuff.
Yeah.
Cesaro, Rusev, Owens, and Balor, that would have been the match of the night if we had not gotten something later.
Oh.
That, however, yes. That was a damn good 4-way, though. The better of the two.
Oh, yeah.
And
absolutely.
And, I mean, that's because you had even talents here. I mean, really, the least talented guy is Rusev, and that's not slighting Rusev. But
that's a compliment to everyone else.
yeah, that is a compliment to everyone else. But Rusev is different. I mean, he's a different style. But anyway, it was great stuff. Balor getting the win actually shocked me, and I only say that because I'm like, I figured Balor wouldn't get pinned, obviously, on his first night on Raw, but I'm like, there's no way. No, even on his first night on Raw, I figured there might be a chance he'd lose. Maybe you give it to Cesaro. Nope, they gave it to Balor. Nothing wrong with that. I'm happy Balor won. I just didn't know what they were going to do with it. But anyway, so it was a pretty damn good 4-way. I would say 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, yeah, I give it a strong 8.5.
It was a strong 8.5, close to 9. I would actually say close to 9. 8.75 out of 10. And then
7.3.
Oh, what's that?
7.3.
8.73. Okay, all right, there we go. We're making our own ranking system. Nia Jax versus what the fuck was her name? Britt Baker. I mean, I think that was her name. Hey, here's the thing. You're going what?
A scrub.
A scrub. Yeah, she could scrub me if she wants. Britt was pretty hot. But anyway, they're doing what they did for like the first couple years of Raw. Before WCW Nitro came along, you're doing jobber matches. You're bringing in local enhancement talent or people you have in your developmental system, since they have NXT and stuff like that, and you're giving them a chance to shine and having them put over talents. Nia Jax needs to have a few matches like this against varied jobbers to get over.
Oh yeah.
With the main roster. Nia's only problem is her cardio.
Yeah.
And I've seen it live. Her cardio is suspect. That's to be expected with somebody that big. But she needs to work on that. CrossFit. Yeah, go with Rollins CrossFit Jesus. But anyway, that's what they call him.
I know.
They call. Oh, you do know that. That's right. Hashtag CrossFit Jesus. But anyway, Nia Jax. It was a good showing for her. I mean, it was expected. If you're going to introduce her, might as well introduce her against a jobber.
Yeah.
And then they had the second Fatal 4-Way. You kind of had to have this because the two winners here were going to face in the main event later to face Seth Rollins at SummerSlam.
Gotta give him some time to recuperate.
I mean, you do. You do have to give him time to recuperate. And the first Fatal 4-Way ran a long time. It was like 5:40 before it ended.
Yeah, that was...
I mean, it was a damn long match. I do find it funny, though, Foley and Stephanie talking about how it's a new era in the beginning. And they open with another talking segment like we have on Raw for the past, 3 years?
Yep.
It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, at least as long as since you guys have been watching, and that's been 2.5 years almost. With Jericho, Zayn, Reigns, and Sheamus. Not obviously the most talent-packed one. This is all due respect to Jericho, who still can wrestle well for his age. Zayn's very good. Stop doing the weird split, the weird moonsault, off the ropes. when you damaged your arm and nearly broke your neck last night. Stop doing that, Zayn. When he did that inside the ring, I'm like, yeah. I actually was afraid he was going to hurt his arm.
Yeah.
His arm seemed fine. I guess it was a bone bruise or something. Easy for me to say. But good that he wasn't injured. Sheamus, I mean, has Sheamus meant any less than he has now?
No.
I mean, in the years I've seen his career, I mean, obviously I've seen his career since, pretty much. I mean, he's over 9,000, and that's on the boredom meter. It's pretty bad, though, how much the crowd hates Reigns. Sheamus, who gets booed, he big boots Reigns and gets cheered, and I'm like, oh, that's not good.
It's bad.
I mean, it's not good at all. That was funny. But anyway, Reigns wins, duh. We knew that was coming.
Unfortunately, we did.
I mean, yeah, but whatever. It set up nicely for the end. But New Day, I like New Day. 337. It's also the amount of college girls Ben Roethlisberger touched, during his college and pro days. That was a horrible joke. Ben Roethlisberger, though, really should have been arrested for what he did. Even though they said he didn't do anything, he did. I mean, he had to have done something. Sorry. He didn't get suspended for no damn reason. But anyway,
That's like Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby did a whole lot worse stuff with a lot of women.
I'm sure.
The frizzle frazzle and the putting in the pop anywhere that's not supposed to be. Filming with the Kodak Gold film. God, that's a whole lot of Bill Cosby references in one. New Day, I like New Day, but that whole thing with the plant, the Sunny Boy thing, that was horrible. That was horrible. I mean, and the guy played up his role fine. He was probably excited to be on TV. I would have been. But it was just bad. It was just bad TV.
Yeah.
And I do want to point out, something again that I pointed out from Battleground last night. Big E, stop doing the dive. You didn't do it today. Stop doing the dive. You're gonna break your neck.
You're gonna hurt yourself,
Yeah.
someone else.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's gonna hurt somebody else, but anyway, he's definitely gonna hurt himself if he's not careful. But anyway, the whole New Day thing, I like New Day, but it seems like okay, they've stopped with the whole Woods turning on New Day thing, which is kind of weird that they dropped that all of a sudden.
I honestly made the prediction that he was gonna become the new face of Fear.
I mean, he could join Braun, maybe. I mean, but they got Braun going out on his own, so who knows?
Yeah, that's like it's just been scrambles.
Yeah.
Like, what was?
Yeah.
Why'd you keep with the storyline?
They split it all up and threw it away. But anyway,
Yeah, I mean, but they kept the storyline to the last second.
Yeah.
Like, you already knew they were going to be split.
after
Why bother?
after the brand split, and you gave the Wyatts the win.
Yeah.
That's what I find kind of funny.
Weird.
I mean, whatever. It's good the Wyatts got the win on pay-per-view, but I'm just like, now thinking back on it, I'm like, that was weird. But anyway, Gallows and Anderson attacking New Day. Thank you. Maybe we can get Gallows and Anderson winning the tag titles at SummerSlam. Why not?
Yeah.
New Day's had them long enough. By the time we get to SummerSlam, it'll be nearly 365 days. It'll be just under because they won him at SummerSlam last year. So I think it'll be like 362. I want to say no, not 362, but it'll be damn close. So I mean, I think I'm right on that math. It's near that. But anyway, Axel versus Neville. It's nice to see Neville back. Looked like he really hit the gym hard because he looked a lot bigger. And that's not knocking the guy. I mean, he was muscly before, but yeah. So Neville, okay, good. Axel, they're calling him Mr. Irrelevant because he was picked last in the draft. And I'm like, can we make Axel feel worse? His dad died in this business. I mean, yeah, we're all fair game, but can we not make Axel feel like shit for no reason?
Yeah.
And that kind of was wrong. I mean, whatever. If he can make the most of it. He made the most of the whole Axel Mania thing last year. That
was funny.
It was funny. It was horrible, but it was funny. It was funny because it was horrible. I don't know. But anyway, whatever. Neville won. Big surprise. Golden Truth with the Pokemon Go stuff. Why? Why is Golden Truth still a thing?
I like Pokemon. It's stupid.
That was stupid.
Stop.
That was just stupid.
Please.
WWE's trying too hard to be topical. It's not working at all. It's just not working at all. It was funny though. This was during a whole thing where Backlund's trying to fire up Darren Young, and Backlund just flat out snaps at Golden Truth.
There would be no cell service there.
There would be none. There would be no cell service. You're right. In the bowels of that area, I mean, like in that
arena where everyone has their cell phones on.
Everyone has their cell phones.
There's no way you'd be able to play the game.
All these electronic devices, I mean, and if you can get cell reception, you got damn good service.
You got cancer, what you got.
That too. You do have that. Unfortunately, cell phones do give you cancer. Well, too much cell phone service. But then again, really, with all these studies, everything gives you cancer. Too much arrow gives you cancer. That's not making fun of cancer. It's just every damn
Oxygen will
study.
kill you.
Yes, every damn study says.
Slowly poisoning you every day of your life.
Stupid Mother Nature with your nurturing air. Anyway, Backlund snaps. That was funny. That was funny shit. Because I like Backlund.
Yeah.
That was funny stuff. Him just snapping at Truth and Goldust. It was funny stuff. And now we get to the best match, probably the best women's match of the year, or damn close to it.
I agree.
And this is not knocking Asuka, Bayley, nobody. Sasha versus Charlotte. I did not think I would be saying this. Not that I didn't. One, I didn't even know that the match was going to happen. I mean, I was off Twitter. Yeah, I was off Twitter for most of the days. I mean, I'm sure they announced it. But that was great stuff. You had, obviously, Charlotte come out with Dana. And you had a good clash before. I mean, these two have had good clashes before in NXT.
Yeah.
Sasha took the title from Charlotte in a 4-way. But it was really, really good quality stuff. It was just great wrestling. Mm-hmm. It was great wrestling, great stuff. I figured we were going to get a screw job thing. I figured Dana was going to ruin it. And then, of course, Charlotte at one point, shows the title to Sasha. Charlotte shows the title to her. Sasha knocks her. The title, ends up like just under the ring apron or whatever, just under the ring. Dana looks like she's going to come over. Sasha just tosses the belt at Dana, channeling Eddie Guerrero, like holding her head and stuff like that. And the referee, instead of DQing Dana because he didn't see it, just tosses her out, which was brilliant. It was great stuff. And then we go to commercial break, and I'm like, okay, we're going to go back. Charlotte's somehow going to win. There's no way they're going to do a title change on Raw because of the way Charlotte won it. Even though her title, she hadn't defended the title. That's the first time she defended the title since Payback, I think.
It's been a long time.
I mean, Payback, Extreme Rules. I think Extreme Rules, actually, against Natty.
Yeah.
So it has been a while. I mean, it's been 2 months.
It's all been like...
No, 3 months.
Dana.
Fuck, it's been 3 months.
It's been almost on Dana more than anything.
Yeah,
it's weird.
That's really frightening. But Sasha did dive to the outside at one point. Charlotte didn't quite catch her. Now, to be fair, I'm not going to fault either performer here, but I saw that and I'm like, check Sasha's neck.
The ref was checking her.
I mean, the ref was checking her, the ref was checking Charlotte. Everybody, I'm checking.
Bad.
I'm like, check her, check her. Sasha, she's moving her arms and her legs. Okay, good. Thank God. We don't need a Leta situation. I'll have to show you that match. It's Trish versus Leta. Leta, who had just come back from a broken neck, does a dive. Head hits the ground and folds over like that.
Ooh.
She didn't break her neck, oddly. I don't know how she did. I don't know how
Reinforced with titanium.
Actually, I think so. I mean, well, I don't know if she had metal in her neck, but she did have her neck fused. She injured it doing a stunt for Dark Angel, that show with Jessica Alba. That show sucked. It was set in Seattle.
At least it had Jessica Alba.
It's true. Before Jessica Alba became a bit... Cassie?
Failure. Lean in farther.
Cassie, move your arm over more.
You committed. We called you out.
Dark Angel. Dark Angel had Jessica Alba.
There you go.
She was crowning off camera. That explains the noise. Anyway, Charlotte stop. I had to say it. Come on, Cassie. I just had to say it. Charlotte needs to stop doing the moonsault. The one she did to the outside was fine. It was effortless. But, like, the one she did in the ring, her laying on her legs, it's just the way she landed. I'm like, she's going to snap her leg doing that.
Shadow kneecap, something.
I mean, it shattered my kneecap. It just made my kneecap go, ow, looking at it. So, anyway, she needs to hit it, she needs to hit it better. She needs to put her opponent out further. Because the problem is the way she was doing it, she wasn't going to hit it right. It's a good thing she landed on her feet. The one she did to the outside was very cool. It even got a holy shit chant from Pittsburgh. Which, Pittsburgh's a good crowd, don't get me wrong. But, very passionate sports fan crowd. But I was just surprised that they, put that out. And the series of near falls, the fact, oh crap, Charlotte's going to get the tap out win with the figure 4. No. Bank statement, oh no. Charlotte rolls out of it. Charlotte rolls out of it again. And then the third time.
Touches the rope the second time.
Well, yeah, second time. That's right. What was it? Gets out gets out the first. Well, no, actually, that was the figure 4 thing. I'm thinking actually that she did the bank statement twice.
She did the bank statement. They rolled out. Locked in again. She touched the rope with her foot.
That's right. She
and
rolled
she got her
through.
into the middle of the ring.
That's right. The figure 4 stuff to the outside was pretty cool. How Charlotte was doing that, channeling Bret Hart in DDP for WCW. Not, of course, from any other company, because Bret Hart, Bret Hart did that to Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels in '97. It was in WWE. But anyway, wrestling historian here. I can't remember when I wake up, but I can remember those matches. So you got that, like you were saying, bank statement. She gets bank statement again. Charlotte's like, you'll never beat me. Boom, bank statement. And I'm like, oh, Dana's going to come down and interfere. Dana's going to go, I'm like, holy shit.
They focused the camera straight up the ramp.
They did, on the stage, which I'm like, holy crap. She tapped and like, wait, this is not a drill. Sasha just won the title.
Yeah, the crowd was stunned for a minute.
Everybody was stunned. The crowd came unglued, though.
Yeah, once it was announced, it was just mayhem.
Which I'm just like, it's like, wow. I haven't heard a reaction like that since the Steelers won the Super Bowl. It's been a few years, but it's been more recently than the Pittsburgh Pirates winning the World Series.
Ooh.
It's true. That's back when they had the last time they had a chance at the World Series when they had Barry Bonds before he did roids. God, that was a while ago. But that was a hell of a match. Hell of a match. Best women's match of the year or right up there. And I'm talking in WWE NXT. Mm-hmm. This is all due respect to Asuka, who has put on some amazing performances. Bayley has put on some amazing performances. Even Nia versus Asuka wasn't a bad match. Natty has put on some great matches with Charlotte. Or at least tried to. Natty versus Becky was a good match from Battleground. Not a great match, but a good match.
Yeah.
Mainly the crowd being muted didn't help. But then you have you just have like this great emotional promo from Sasha, and it was fantastic. It was great stuff. I loved it. Sasha's well deserving of this, especially for the fact some people were worried that she wouldn't come back from her concussion for a while. That's why she was out for a couple months after Mania. So it's great to see her back. It's a great story. Give Sasha a run to at least Survivor Series with the championship. At least Survivor Series. 4 months is fine.
Yeah,
you don't need to make these 6, 7, 8 month reigns. Before. Go ahead.
No, I agree with you, yeah.
I would do it. Why not? The cat's, looking at the remote.
Also,
live at a remote
every
location.
reign can't be record-breaking.
No, it can't be record-breaking. I was afraid they were going to have Nikki come back and beat Charlotte, but maybe they figured since Nikki just got cleared, she probably wasn't going to, be able to wrestle for a while. I don't know. Nikki could be back by SummerSlam. I don't know.
I don't know. She wasn't drafted, so she's not either one of the brands.
Not yet. She'll probably go SmackDown, only because Cena's there.
That's a good point.
And they're probably going to create a women's championship for SmackDown.
I would assume so.
They almost have to, because they have enough women on Raw. You could call some up from NXT still.
Asuka?
Yeah, you could call up Asuka. Asuka would have to lose it to somebody, though, who is left in NXT. We'll do that booking at some point.
There's a couple months left before that happens.
Actually, there's only a few weeks.
Oh.
It's at Brooklyn. I don't know if they're going to have Asuka lose the title, but...
I'm saying if not there, it's going to be a couple months before they have someone strong enough that would be ready.
I would have said Alexa Bliss, but she got called up, so did Carmella.
Yeah,
so
exactly. It's like, the contenders that...
Liv Morgan, maybe. Maybe. I'd have to... maybe. I don't know. But anyway, hell of a women's match. I would say 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, 9.
I would say 9.5 out of 10. I only say that because it's not that I'm neglecting the 10 out of 10 rating. Whether it was men or women, I would still give it 9.5 out of 10. I might even bump it up to a 9.75. And it was because of the win, the title change on Raw, which is shocking to see.
No one expects it.
It hasn't been done for a while. Hasn't been done for a while. Last time we thought we had a women's title change was back when we thought Charlotte beat Nikki, but she pinned Brie, and they did that whole thing and took...
Twin magic.
I know. Twin magic, despite the fact one is a full C cup and one is like a
D?
A cup.
I would say a B. I would say a small B. Brie isn't that bad.
B minus.
Yes, not the B's, not the boobies. But anyway, enough Charlotte versus Sasha. It's fun. It's fun. No matter how... Cassie, you've been on my show. You're asking that. Oh, you're saying to him. You married him. You should know how. You should know how old he's.
You laughing at the word boobies.
Boobies is funny.
Bloobies.
That's funny also. But anyway, Braun versus Ellsworth. That guy had no chin. His face sunk.
I feel sorry for the guy.
He's storing nuts for the
You
winner.
need a strong chin in order to wrestle.
You do. What?
He's
Cassie?
storing nuts for the winner.
He is storing nuts for the winner. That was pretty good. Braun, it's nice that they gave him his own appearance. A fresh appearance or whatever, sort of.
Hair's all greased up.
Yeah, it greased up. You're never gonna catch me.
It was very nipply.
Oh God, jeez, Braun nipple cam Strowman. That was uncomfortable. I'm gonna do a hashtag of that. I'm doing a hashtag of that.
Do it.
For SmackDown. Well, no, he's not on SmackDown, but for Raw next
Added
week.
to Mojo, Jojo, and Ziggy Page.
Mojo, Jojo, Ziggy Page. Ooh, that's a four-way we don't need to think about. Braun, though, it's nice that they had I feel sorry for this guy Ellsworth. He could actually be a pretty decent talent, but they're just making fun of his face. I feel bad for the guy. But hey, I hope he got paid good. He got some TV exposure. Braun looked strong against a guy that was probably smaller than I was, and I'm like 5'9". So
Yeah, that was
a little weird.
Yeah, it's like at least give him someone that's a little bit closer because they already described him as a fucking tank.
Yeah, poor guy. I mean, poor guy that he faced. But anyway, Braun, good for him. I'm interested sort of to see where this goes. Enzo and Cass versus the Shining Stars. This is then the Shining Stars have theme music. I did not know that. Hey, Finn. He's knocking over a box over here. My producer is upset. Well, actually, it's their producer also.
They don't like the Shining Stars.
They don't.
They say they have theme music in a box boss.
They do not want it. They do not want. They are the cat in the box. But anyway, they do not want to go to Puerto Rico, the shining star of the Caribbean. But anyway, Enzo and Cass. That was funny. Enzo really, pretty much is the best mic man in WWE right now.
It's amazing.
Enzo and Owens.
Enzo, the rabbit, Chihuahua, and more.
Yes,
Man.
he borrowed Carmella's pants for tonight.
Man, the only
that
person I
Cass-
think is
that Cass
better
got from him.
is not a wrestler,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really count.
What's that?
The only person I think is better on the mic is not even a wrestler right
Who?
now. Heyman.
Well, no. Fair point. Heyman's a great mic worker also. He might not even be part of WWE though. He may not re-up his contract depending on how Brock is booked to SummerSlam. That would be a huge loss only because if they decide to divide Brock away or whatever, or just get rid of him. I don't know if they could.
Good luck.
I mean, well, I'm just saying, pay him some money, give him a payout, and go away. But anyway, Heyman, I don't know what's gonna happen with Heyman. I mean, maybe he'll be on Raw next week because Brock's gonna be on next week. Yay!
Happy to see him again.
Yeah, good to see Brock.
Not Brock.
No, good to see Brock. Maybe he can not violate.
Some enhancements.
Maybe no enhancement. Hashtag no enhancement needed.
Maybe the swelling's gone down finally.
Hopefully, swollen of his Brock squawk. Anyway, Enzo and Cass, that was fun. Of course they won. Duh.
Yeah.
They were gonna win. I mean, duh. Did we really expect Los Matador Shining Stars to win?
No.
No, we did not. Reigns versus Balor. They did a good job hyping this. And I'm like, okay, great. Reigns is gonna go over. Yeah, Reigns versus
Seth
Rollins.
Rollins.
Yeah, Seth Rollins. I like that. Roman was more heelish, especially in the beginning, just tossing Balor around.
That was impressive.
That was good. No, that was good because it's kind of what you need to do with Balor. I mean, or not. Yeah, Balor, you need to have him be kind of guy fighting underneath. Reigns, you need to kind of book like that because there's almost no salvaging Reigns at this point with what they're doing.
Is it bad I was picturing the Chancellor from Star Wars? But yes.
Let the hate flow through you. Ooh. Then Superman punches him. Anyway,
Donkey punch.
what a maneuver. So,
Who would ever believe?
it was there, believe. It was a good match though. And I was a little surprised, actually very surprised. Balor won and he won clean. And I'm like, mind you, they weren't in the room at the time, but I'm like, Balor just what? Balor won clean again. This is not a drill I tweet at or something like that. But anyway, great for Balor. Balor versus Rollins at SummerSlam. That's a dream match. They're giving it to us when both guys are pretty much at a peak where they're not waiting on stuff. They're not giving it to us like next week. They're hyping it for a pay-per-view so more people will see it, and you're gonna you get some build to it. You're gonna have great build, and it's gonna be fun.
I have to hear about Balor's peak though.
Yes, Bailey loves Balor's peak. What? So.
Honestly, the brand split's apparently been great for at least half of the program.
Yes, half the program. It'll be interesting. I will be here for SmackDown Live tomorrow, shockingly, because of a scheduling change. So I have to go home and be up at 6 a.m. in the morning, and it's about 8:41 now. No, I have to be at work at 6 a.m. in the morning. So maybe I'll get 5 hours of sleep. But anyway, that was really fun, though, seeing Balor win. It was great. Reigns being knocked down the card, and I wonder how far they're going to go with this. I hope they go pretty far with it, and then he loses at SummerSlam, and he just keeps losing. You got to have the guy lose at least till Survivor Series or something. Because with what they did, with how they were pushing him, like I said earlier in the review, like you said, they got to push him down.
I mean, they can even show him as being strong and have the odds stacked against him if they have to.
Yeah, but now the thing is I don't know if that's going to work yet. But he could snap finally and just go heel. He could.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, why not? But who knows what's going to happen. Anyway, I would say this Raw, and I don't normally give this A-. I would say A-.
I agree.
It was solid. It for one night at least, the brand split is working. I don't know how. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Let's try and do a solid.
That was a solid right there. I don't know if the mic picked that up. Anyway,
probably not.
That was, I would say A-. It was a solid episode. Great with the Fatal 4-Way, the first Fatal 4-Way where Balor won, and not knocking the one where Reigns won. That one was fine, but the other one had more star power. Mm-hmm. And Sasha versus Charlotte elevates this way higher than other ones.
Oh yeah.
Best Raw I've seen, maybe of this year, at least since the Raw after Mania. At least been the best Raw, close to the best Raw of the year.
Yeah.
So it was solid stuff. Anyway, what? You're agreeing with me.
I think the brand split's been good. We gotta wait till probably SummerSlam to actually pass judgment on if it's been working.
Yeah, and I mean, I would almost say September because remember they're going to start doing brand split pay-per-views. They're going to do it on SmackDown. Oh
God, that's right.
But the thing is, though, we will know by then or even by December, especially if it's working. Give it a few months and see. But anyway, because they could do NXT calls, send people down to NXT to get others over, bring them up. It could be fun. Anyway, so that's going to be the end of that long review here. Follow me on Twitter if you'd like, @RebornAgain, RABOURN again. Be back for SmackDown.